I have had several requests to explain how I make a clear headband for a BAHA, so I'm going to go ahead and show that now. Here's the old one. It's gotten kind of dirty, so it's time to make a new one. I have my clear Velcro. I think it's about 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, my clear elastic. It's about 3/4 of an inch, and then I have some tan colored sticky back Velcro fasteners. They're circle shaped, and I'll trim them slightly to make them a little more square so they fit on this a little better, but I found they work the best. I'm going to take my piece of Velcro and measure it up against the old headband so I know where to cut it. And I'm going to make it just a little bit shorter, probably maybe 1 inch to 2 inches shorter. The Velcro the elastic is pretty stretchy, and so if you do make it too small, you can stretch it out to get it to be a little bit bigger. Obviously, if you make it too big, you have to trim it then to make it smaller. So here's my piece of clear elastic that I have cut. I have what they call the eye and the hook of the Velcro. This would be the eye, this would be the hook. I'm going to trim this right along the edge to cut a straight line and make it a little bit more rectangle. I'll discard that piece, and I'm going to turn it over and do the same. I'm cutting barely any off of it because I want the majority of it to obviously use to hook my ends together. Once I've trimmed it, I have it nice and cut square. I'm going to put it on my elastic. I'm going to start. It doesn't matter which goes at which end. Obviously you want an eye and a hook at each end, but it doesn't matter which one you put first. I'm going to take the very edge, and I'm going to take the piece of Velcro and I'm going to stick it right on there as straight as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's pretty forgiving, but you don't want any sticky hanging off so that it catches in your kid's hair. Take the other end. I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch to a little bit more in between the two pieces, because that's what's going to go on your plastic block, your abutment piece. And then this will fold over like that to attach. So I'm pretty close to the edge. And I'm going to trim it to line it up, just for aesthetic purposes. Now I've trimmed that about 1/4 of an inch in between, maybe almost 1/2 inch, depends. And then that's going to slide into your abutment piece, which is right here. This will slide inside there and fold over. I'm going to do the other side now. Take my Velcro, trimming my two pieces off to make them square. And discard my other piece. Make sure when you put the Velcro on that you're putting it on the same side of the elastic that you put the other two pieces, so you don't get confused when you go to hook it and you have one on one side and one on the other. Again, line it up the best that you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to trim it off. Now at this point, I would fold the two pieces over to match them up. Okay, and I have two vice grips here, and I'm going to clamp them. And this is just so that the Velcro doesn't pull off of the elastic. Sometimes when it's new, it doesn't stick all that well. I leave it like this for about 4 to 6 hours, and then I can take it off and it's ready to use. But for video purposes, I'm just going to speed that process along. This part is the part that touches the child's head, so I want to put the Velcro so that it opens and closes towards their head. And there's the clear elastic. From here it can just slide over their head. My son prefers to wear it right below his forehead. And there's your clear elastic. Velcro Velcro's closed on either side. It's adjustable, it's removable, and it costs very little. I think these cost maybe a couple bucks, and this is the same, maybe $2. I do have to order this online. I have trouble finding it at any of our stores here. This you can pick up in Walmart, Target, any probably sewing or fabric store.